What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. So, great win for them boys in preseason game number 3 by beating the Minnesota Timberwolves 100-95. Captain Jalen Brunson, 11 points, 3 assists. Mikal Bridges, 15 points, 4 rebounds. Great win, man. Great win. Great win. We saw a lot of great things tonight. Some things a little concerning, but it is preseason. So it's something to work out. This Rover, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. The boys winning tonight 100-95 in overtime for preseason game number 3. So it was great to see. Yeah, man, I thought it was a great win. Tonight. I thought that you're seeing the offense flow. You're seeing a lot of different things. I think it's still like a feeling out phase, right, for this offense. Still trying to get a good feel for what it is that they're supposed to do, to where it's clicking, right? Everything is flowing, and I think that that's something that they're still trying to figure out here. And I think it's going to take time, but I think that, they have so many great players and so many good pieces on this team that I think they'll be fine. So I think that no one should panic right away. I think the biggest thing for me is when it's a frenetic pace like that and it's pretty, pretty fast. Like you have to be smart with the shots you're taking. Like I understand like Mike Brown, what he's trying to do, but you don't want to force up shots just to get out on a run and go. Like you got to be smart with that. You got to know how to do when you play frantic like that. All right. So it's got to be controlled is the point that I'm trying to make. Right. And so I don't think they're there yet to where it's controlled and smooth, like how the Warriors do it. Right. But you got to have the pieces for that. And, we all understand that. But what I will say is that it's going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute, right? Because at certain times in this game, especially in the first half, I felt that they were going too fast, right? It seemed like they were shooting too quickly and just taking a lot of bad shots because they want to get up shots, because they want to get out and run and they want to get back. And it just seemed really, really like too frenetic. Like it was just too much. And so I think that's something they got to get back to the drawing board and kind of work that out. Because you have two offensive beasts over there, right? And captain, and of course the big cat, right? So you don't want to lose your essence of what they are and just trying to be fast and frenetic, right? You don't want to do that. Like you want to be smart with how you handle this here. And so that was my only concern in the beginning of the game. And I think that's why they got down so quick to Minnesota, because they were going too fast, right? And it kind of messed up. It felt like it was messing up the flow, and it felt like it was forced too. So, yeah, once again, I think it's it's going to take some time, and I think that they'll be okay. But yeah, also too, man. Listen, you got to. I love Mitch in my starting lineup, man. I mean, I love what he is. He had a great block tonight. I'm sure you guys saw that. He's going to be great, and I think it was great to see kind of him going against Gobert, right? Gobert, we know who he is, and so. It's a good test for Mitch, right? Because Gobert does exactly what Mitch does. I just think Mitch is a lot more athletic than Gobert. But it's a good gauge to see where Mitch is at. And Mitch looks good, man. He looks really, really good. I love him in that starting lineup. I do. And I think it's going to help out Cat so much. And that was the really true positive thing that I like with this lineup is that Mitch is starting. Because of the pace and because of the way he plays and because of the things that Mike Brown wants to do, it's going to benefit a guy like Mikal Bridges because that's how he plays, right? He's in great shape to where he can handle the back and forth because he's just in great basketball shape, right? So I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. I think this will really, really benefit him to where, believe it or not, he puts up. It could be. I wouldn't be surprised he puts up career numbers this year. I just wouldn't be. But yeah, that's what I saw in that part of the game, right? And what I think that how the offense is going to look. Let's go to the highlights here, guys. It's pretty late. I'm watching the Giants too. The Giants winning tonight, man. Yo, Big Taz. That's what I'm saying, Big Taz. Appreciate you coming through Rock with LB Live, man. Yo, Big Taz. That's crazy. I didn't. If anybody said they saw this coming, they're bugging out because I didn't see this coming. And I had to make a decision tonight. It was either the G-Men or my Knicks. I had to choose Brunson, man. I had to choose Brunson. Let me see. What's the score right now, man? What's the score right now? The Giants still up by 10, man. It's crazy game, man. Crazy. So yeah, here's the highlights, man. I think that let me tell you where I think we can really cause damage here. I think we can cause damage on our second unit. But I think we have to be like Mike Brown's got to be smart with how he handles this though, the second unit. I would not. I wouldn't have um like Deuce and Clarkson out there and there's no point guard. Like I would not do that. That's the one thing I didn't like because we already know who Clarkson is. He's a nut. Like you already know what he's gonna do, right? He's there to score. That's it. He ain't really there for nothing else. So you need a point guard with him to settle him down. Like you're gonna need that. And I feel like that's where Brogdon comes in. Because now you're gonna have a guy that can really kind of settle things down on that second unit. Because him and Deuce trying to score and run the offense, and that's just bad, man. That's just bad. Like that can't happen. That's something that I kind of saw tonight that I didn't like, and I get it, right? He's probably trying many different lineups and trying different things. But I just didn't like. I just for me, I just don't like the fact of the whole like Deuce out there with Clarkson with no point guard. Like I don't. That's bad, man. That's bad. That's not a good matchup at all. So I think that that's something that he's gonna have to figure out. Also, too, I would like to see him kind of try, like, yeah, he had Yabusele come in for Mitch tonight. He was the first guy off the bench coming in for Mitch. I would like to see him kind of use Akaporte in that role. Have Akaporte come in for Mitch to kind of relieve him so they can still keep the size out there. And Yabusele come in for Cat. I would like him to try that out because it's another game where I'm seeing Akaporte just really causing ruckus down there, man. Blocking shots and of course having monster dunks, right? So, I think that's something he should really kind of consider. Now, once again, I know he's trying to figure out some lineups here, which is fine. But I really truly think that he needs I think Akaporte is ready, man. I think he's just got to get a shot with that first unit. You know what I mean? I think he's got to be the first guy to come in and relieve Mitch. I wouldn't put Yabusele at the 5 because he can't rebound. He's not big enough. And so you saw moments when he was in there, dealing with Gobert, and Gobert was just tipping the ball out. So you're going to need somebody in there that has size. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. He's got to be smart with your rotations. That's pretty much what I'm getting at. You got to be smart with that because I didn't really like the whole Yabusele coming in, and I was like, no, that's not good. It's not good. It's not a good situation because you could have Yabusele come in, and you could have him at the 4, and of course Akaporte at the 5, and then if you want to keep OG in the game, keep OG at the 3, right? And then Brogdon and Deuce. And then if you want to bring Clarkson and sit Deuce down and bring Clarkson in. You know what I'm saying? But I'll put it like this: there's no way on that second unit Brogdon should not be out there. Like Brogdon should definitely be out there. Like in all cases, like there's no way he shouldn't be like on the court to kind of make sure that things are being run the right way and everybody's in their right spot. But I also think that you have to make sure that you still have size out there. Right. The beauty of this too, guys, the beauty of this is that like even seeing in the second half, right, we had most of the bench guys playing, we got a lot of pieces, man. We got a lot of pieces and a lot of guys that could do a lot of damage. So it's going to be interchangeable. Like, certain guys are just always going to play, right? We already know the starting five, right? Those guys are always going to play. Josh Hart is always going to play. Deuce is always going to play. To me, Brogdon should always play. So those 8 right there should definitely always play. But, Clarkson and stuff like that, like depending on how his night goes or what he looks like, you kind of, because he's kind of like, hit or miss at times just because of how he plays. He's like helter skelter, as Clyde would say, right? Like that's how he is. So you got to ask yourself, all right, is this his night? And if he's having one of them weird Clarkson nights, you got to pull him. You know what I mean? You got to yank him and be like, all right, cool. Let him sit over here and relax for a little bit. It's just that's just my opinion about that, about the whole Clarkson experiment. Because I think he's gonna have great nights to where you're like, oh, great, and I think he's gonna have nights where you just have a headache because you're like, okay, you got to sit this guy because you're starting to see little things like that. I think we got a steal. I forget what it was. I think we got a steal or a rebound, and it was Deuce that kicked it out to him, and he just pulled from 3 like he's Steph Curry. I'm like, yo, what is he doing, man? I was like, yo, what is he doing? Like, and here's the thing, like, and this is why kind of Steph Curry kind of messed up hoops a bit because he's got everybody thinking that they could do that. And that's not the way the game is played. Like, just because he does that doesn't mean you should do it. Just because Clarkson know he can hit that shot from time to time, he's not Steph Curry. But Steph Curry has made it to where all these guys think they could just run up on a fast break. You got Brunson on the other wing. He's straight pulling for 3. And I'm talking about from like 40 feet out. Like it's a game winner or something. I don't know what he was thinking, but it's little stuff like that, right? The things he does, he's just like, okay, this guy, you're gonna have to watch him. So that's what I'm saying as far as the rotations and what it looks like who the definite 8 are, who I think should be playing and should be in heavy rotation. I mean, that's just my opinion. I think that's something that we got to really just be mindful of because he's going to have to play the matchup game, and then also too matchups and who has the hot hand. Like, you know what I mean? Because sometimes Tibbs, he would kind of have situations where he didn't care who had the hot hand. He was just going with whatever the breakdown was of who he's going to play every single day, and sometimes can't do that. If guys guys are pretty hot, they should play a little bit more. And I think Mike Brown has that flexibility, right? And so that's the beauty of what it is that he does and where it's going to be exciting for us going forward, right? So we just got to see what that looks like, right? The other dynamic too, guys, is what about this? Yeah, listen, man, you guys are starting to Sky Matthews is starting to wear on me a bit, man. I think Shaman's got a problem with this kid. Everybody's been calling for him. I think Shaman's gonna have a problem with him, man. He has 6 points off the bench again, 2 for 4 from 3. Shaman's gonna have a problem with him, man. Shaman's gonna have a problem with him. The kid is coming in knocking down threes, man. Listen, and with no with no uncertainty, right? He believes it. You know what I'm saying? He's coming down firing it up. And he believes he's gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I know they were trying to fight for the same spot, but I would not be surprised if this kid Matthews gets a spot over Shaman. This is the third game now. He's knocking down threes left and right and on the break. And that's what Mike Brown wants. I just wouldn't be surprised. Now, of course, I think a lot of it comes down to management and stuff like that and what they want to do. But I don't know, man. We got to kind of pump the brakes. I think Brogdon's a lock. But I don't think. I don't know about the Shaman piece. I don't know about the Shaman and Matthews. That looks. That might be a little. That might be something to watch. Let's go in the chat, man. I appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me tonight, man. Long late night on this Thursday. Let's kind of see what everybody's talking about. This Grover says, great blocks. Yeah, I thought Mitch was great tonight. Great on the glass and great, blocking shots and stuff. Thought he was great. Okay. There's the LV, man. We are picking their pockets the whole game like they were walking around Bed-Stuy with wads of cash. Agreed. Knicks. Let me steal the Knicks hat tonight, man. Can't even see if I'm trying to see here. Can't see how many steals the Knicks have. Yeah, we look great defensively. Offensively, we're still trying to figure it out. But I think because we're playing sped up this Rover, I think that's why we're kind of looking the way we're looking offensively. Just kind of like all over the place. But it's only preseason game number 3, man. That's why you play preseason. So see exactly what happens. Okay, this Grover says we are running circles around the Wolves tonight, but everybody's shot was off. Agreed. It's preseason. I wouldn't be surprised they're still jet lagged from coming from Dubai. So, it's their first time back home. So, but I like what I saw. I like what I saw. It's got to continue to develop, but I do like what I saw. This Grover says, why would Shamit have a problem? Yo, listen, man. Look, man. Kick and shoot. I like Shamit, but this kid shoots better. And I think he's shooting with confidence too, this Grover. And guys like that are hard to kind of keep, guys like that are kind of hard to keep on the bench, man. It's hard to, it's hard to keep those guys like that, man. He's fighting for his Yo, the Giants scored again. Yo, the Giants are up on the Eagles 34-7. Yo, who saw this coming, man? See the Giants smoking the Eagles, man. I didn't watch the game. I just didn't, but I gotta see these highlights. Sorry, guys. This Grover, I'm just saying, man. Look, it's an open slot. But this Grover, let me say this to agree with you, sir, because I know you're on the Shamit train, and I'm kind of in agreement with you about the Shamit piece. I think where Shamit makes it is that he defends, but then also too, this Grover, I think it's a lot of politics too. I think they want Shamit here. And I think that, the management, they know what guys they want. They brought in a couple of guys to fill certain spots and, to kind of like, fulfill roster requirements and all this other stuff and training camp requirements. But I think they have certain guys that they want. And I think that, Brogdon's one of them. I think Shamit is one of the guys, right? I think he's going to get the last spot. I think Mike Brown may have a different view, but I think management may say, no, we're going to go with Shamit. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. But this kid is making it interesting on this Grover. You got to admit that. He could shoot it, man. He could shoot it. He could flat out shoot it. And for what Mike Brown wants to do, can't deny that. This Grover said, I disagree. I think Shamit is locked. Yeah, so I'm kind of agreeing with you. Shamit plays defense, unlike Matthews. Agreed. Listen. Look. That's where you're valid, man. I can't even argue that. I think you're right on this Rover regarding that. But this kid is making it interesting, and he is. Hey, let's hear from Mikhail.
How's it feel to be back in the Garden? Feels
Hey,
great,
from
man.
Mikhail,
I'm
man.
so
One
excited
sec.
to be here.
One
You know,
sec. Let me get this fixed. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, cool. Let's hear it from Mikhail, guys.
how's it feel to be back in the Garden? Feels great, man. I'm so excited to be here. You know, especially when we get a win. So the crowd's crazy, and I love it. Well, how about the guys at the end of the game there, pulling out the win in overtime? And I saw Tyler Kolek using your celebration when he knocked down that three. What'd you think of that? Yeah, no, I love little Ty, man, and he works so hard. So I know every time he shoots it, I think it's gonna go in. So I love that he uses celebration. All right, well, we know with Mike Brown, this is a new offensive system. Everybody's trying to figure it out. But what is it about the system that you enjoy so much? I think just playing fast. You know, we're sharing the ball. We all love each other, so we just try to make the right read and find and look for each other. All right, well, good to see you again, Mikal. Thanks so much for the time. 15 points, 4 rebounds, Mikal Bridges. Ty, Clyde?
Yeah, listen, man. Look, I think he nailed it. Everybody's sharing the ball, man. Everybody's sharing the ball. 15 points for him, 4 rebounds. He looked great tonight. He looked great. I think this is gonna listen, man. I think this is gonna be good for him, especially what happened last year, the beginning of the year, and through the middle part of the year. But he had good points, especially that Christmas Day game. He had great moments with us, but I think it wasn't as consistent as he may have wanted it because he did state that, as much as the fans were frustrated with him, he was frustrated with himself. But I told you guys it would take time. But I said in the playoffs we were going to need him, right? You heard my rant. I said we're going to need him, and then we did. He was great in the playoffs, right? So I think this guy's going to really. I would not be surprised if he has a breakout year this year with this offense in a way it's pretty much caters to a guy like him with his skill set, right? So it's going to be exciting to see. It's going to be exciting to see and see exactly how he develops, man. How he develops, because I think this is gonna be good for him, and good for what he wants, what he likes to do, um, as a player. So, um, this Grover, you crazy? I can't. This Rover, man. I can't put that up. This Rover, come on, man. Got to tighten up, man. I can't put that up there, man. Let's reset the room, man. I appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me tonight, man. Also, too, if you're coming through, please hit that like button for me. Hit that share button. But I appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me tonight. Big win for them boys in overtime, 100-95 by beating the Minnesota Timberwolves in preseason game number 3 for the New York Knicks. Right around the corner from opening night, October 22nd against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Your boy LV Live will be in the building. So, yeah, I definitely will be having a little short I'll be doing from there. But, yeah, I'll be there opening night. But, yeah, great win for them boys. They're 3-0 currently right now in preseason, which is good to see. Good to see those guys coming together and pretty much, getting these wins. Listen, you learn better when you win. Okay, no one wants to be losing and stuff like that. You don't learn when you lose. So you learn better when you win. So so I think it's really really cool to see those guys kind of building that camaraderie. I think most importantly, I think kind of like similar to what Mikal Bridges said was that everybody's having fun, kind of sharing the ball and kind of just happy with how things are going. Um, and I think to me, like, that's the most important thing, right? Are you building camaraderie here with this? Right? Is everything pretty much coming together as a team? Are we all learning from this process? Are we all taking this all in? Are we all, being optimistic about the growth of this offense? I think 1 year, another year in with the same crew, I think is better because we're still building camaraderie. All these great teams, like, we talked about it before, right, guys? We talked about Boston, even OKC, right? All these good teams in the league, it took them time, right, to build these solid teams that are constantly in the hunt for a championship, right? They keep the same core. And I think it's great that everybody's locked into, just building on the same process, right? We want to win a championship. All the same guys are here. So then it's like, you go through these trials and tribulations together. So when you reach the mountaintop, it feels even sweeter because you feel like these are the guys that you went through it and went through the fire with, right? And I think that's the awesome part about the journey. This rules to tell me I'm wrong. Nah, man, I can't, man. I can't. I'm staying out of trouble, man. Come on, man. Come on, this Rover. And so that's the beauty of everything, and then pretty much growing together as a team, right? You got to kind of go through these things. So I think it's really, really cool. So what I'm going to bring up here, guys, I'm going to bring up the stats. Man. I'm going to bring up the stats here. I think it's awesome, man. It's pretty much how they look today. Bring up the stats. I think it's all coming together. Let me see here. Make sure I got it. All right, cool. All right. All right. Bring up the stats here. Okay, so here's the stats, everybody. This is how it looked today. Mikal Bridges, 25 minutes. 6 for 12 from the field, 3 for 7 from 3, 4 rebounds, 15 points. I thought he played the best today. OG Noe, 24 minutes, 3 for 8 from the field, 2 for 6 from the field, 2 for 6 from 3, 8 points. The Big Cat, 26 minutes, 2 for 11, and 11. Big Cat had 11 boards tonight, man. 11 boards and 10 points. Mitch had 6 boards. Mitch only played 13 minutes tonight. Only played 13 minutes tonight, which is good. Kind of like that. Because then you can rest him. Yabusele's starting, I thought Yabusele was solid again. 14 minutes, 2 for 6 from the field. 2 rebounds, 4 points. Look at Deuce. Deuce played 27. Played as much as the starters. 3 for 10 from the field, 2 for 7 from 3. 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 10 points. Jordan Clarkson, 18 minutes, 4 for 11 from the field, 3 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 10 points as well. Brogdon, 9 minutes, 1 for 4, 1 for 3, 5 points. Like I said, Matthews, 11 minutes, 6 points, 2 for 4 from 3. Kolick, 5 points. And Dadier, 5 points. So, yeah, man, you kind of start to see the rotations of certain guys. I don't think, if you notice, see Brogdon's only played 9 minutes, I think because he knows who Brogdon is. I don't think he doesn't really need a good gauge or to see what Brogdon is. I think he already knows, right? I think it's important, though, for Brogdon to get these minutes, though. I think it's important for him to get this to kind of build a camaraderie with the team, and especially with that second unit. So I wonder if these next couple of games, because I think how many more preseason games they got? Let's take a look at the schedule really quick. Let's take a look at the schedule. They have, I think, one more, and that's it, right? And then get ready for the season. Let me see here. Yeah, man, they got 2 more preseason games. 2 more, and that's it. 2 more and we're in the season. So he's got to kind of start. Like Brown's got to kind of start and play certain guys like a lot more because they got to get in basketball shape. That's number 1. Number 2, you're going to have to start figuring out matchups and units, right? Especially for that second unit. I mean, Josh will be back. Josh is fine, man. I think they're just resting Josh because he had that little spill out there in Dubai. So they're just having him rest. They said his back spasms and he still has dealing with an illness, they said, with Josh. So just got to monitor that with him. But he's got to build this. Brogdon's got to build the camaraderie with the second unit. Now, I know they may not have an issue with it because they're like, all right, he's a vet. He'll be fine. But these are still all new players. You know what I'm saying? So you still got to kind of make sure that, these guys are building chemistry here. Right? So I don't know. Because look, the regular season is right there, right? So the 22nd, look what we got, guys. We got some legit teams, you know what I mean? Because look, because Miami is still Miami. You got Cleveland, you got Boston. Still solid. Can't take them lightly. Then you got Milwaukee, and then at Chicago. Chicago gave us problems last year. Then Chicago again. All right, so we're back-to-back Chicago, and then we got 5 straight. What is that, 5 or 6? It's 5 straight. No, 6. Dag, we got a 7-game homestand. seven-game home game. Chicago, Washington, Minnesota, Brooklyn, Memphis, Orlando, Miami. Yeah, we're home for 7 straight games. But the first couple of games is going to be tough. Can't take these teams lightly. These are all playoff teams. All playoff teams. So you got to kind of figure out like what your unit's going to look like. Like what's this second unit going to look like? Because I think that's the key. Because I think Deuce is going to get busy. I think he's going to be fine. But you got to make sure that Clarkson is able, well, not Clarkson, excuse me, Brogdon's able to run with his second unit. Like you got to make sure like that's what's going on here. Like you got to work that in. I'm not here trying to tell this guy to do his job, but I'm just saying that you're gonna have to work that in somehow, some way. It's very important. Very important. Why did that happen just now? So yeah, he's got to try to kind of figure that out. He's gonna have to, because those are the first 3 games, guys. Against top playoff teams, so you got to figure out what this line is going to look like. So yeah, all right, guys. Well, listen, let me get up out of here. Listen, this quick show tonight. It's kind of late. It's a Thursday night. I will be back Monday to do the Washington Wizards game. So please come through and check out my show afterwards. But I hope everybody's doing well tonight, man. Big Blue, man. What's the Giants score again, man? Let me take a look before I get up out of here, man. Yo, Giants is up 34-17, man. 34-17. You ready to drive in again? Yo, it's crazy, man. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I did not see this coming at all. At all. Philly's got some problems, man. They got some issues going on over there, man. Crazy. All right, but listen, guys, let me get up out of here. Listen, this quick show tonight. Great win for the boys, 100-95. I am LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. Right. Also, too, first time coming through rocking with me and you're watching this on a replay gang, please subscribe to the channel. And also, too, please leave comments. I do respond to comments, guys. I truly do. You just got to leave them. I will respond to them. All right. But listen, I'll be back Monday to discuss that Washington Wizards game. So please come through and check that out. Have a great weekend, guys. I will see you Monday. All right. I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people. Peace.